Hey everybody, it's Greg and Janet with Strange RV Tours, and today we're going to discuss the differences between campgrounds, RV parks, and RV resorts. Or is there really a difference? Join us. Okay everybody, if you don't mind, before we get started, take a look at the subscribe button down there below the video, and if you can, please tap that button. We need subscribers. So,
yes, please.
Let's get started.
Alright, y'all. We're at a resort. I promise you. This is a resort. But there's a lot of stipulations from resort, park, campground, and all that. So what I have found is that RV park is a basic full hookup. You have your options sometimes, full hookup, sometimes just electricity, and they will allow tent camping, and they might have a bathroom, they might have a shower house. But a resort, oh yeah, you're gonna have laundry, you're gonna have shower rooms, you're gonna have pools, you're gonna have saunas, you're gonna have a restaurant, you're gonna have all this whatever. Not always. The name resort might have been from 15 years ago. It might have been from 20 years ago, but they haven't changed their name. So, do your research. But the thing I found is, like, a resort should have extra stuff to enjoy, okay? And big spaces, full hookups, 50 amp, 30 amp, no tents, doggy park. They have all this, there's stuff. A resort should have all this. But the older so-called resorts, they don't. Or it's so run down, it's so gross.
Yeah, we stayed in a few resorts where they didn't have a hot tub or a jacuzzi. They had a swimming pool, and one of them had a big pond. But a lot of the places,
one bathroom worked, one bathroom didn't.
A lot of the places that call themselves resorts, to me, are not resorts.
No, they're RV parks.
And then there's a lot of parks that call themselves parks that have more amenities than the resorts do.
So they say.
Well, we've stayed at some of them.
Yeah.
That, we stayed at some really nice parks, and we stayed at some really pretty crummy resorts.
True.
So,
True. So you got to do your research. As far as campgrounds, okay, we stayed at Brantley Lake, and and all they had was electric, right? You got a bug. You got a bug. Hold on.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry, you're dead.
Yeah, I think they had water too. They had water and
but no dump.
But no dump.
Yeah. So campgrounds can vary. Sometimes you have water and dump, and sometimes just water, sometimes electricity. It depends on the campgrounds. But as far as state parks, national parks, you got the wildlife, that kind of thing. That could be a problem, especially if you have garbage out and stuff like that. But it's gorgeous, usually. And you're not going to have paved roads or nothing like that. Resorts have paved roads, paved lots. There should be a little more spread out for a resort. Regular parks are more narrow, they say.
It's almost as if the resorts are a little more urban looking. And a park is going to be more like not necessarily being in the wilderness, but being in the suburbs, I guess you would say.
Another thing at resorts, they want the 10-year rule.
Some do, yes.
Yeah. For this one, I had to send pictures of our RV. oh, they said it's gorgeous, so come on in.
Yeah.
But same with in Vegas. Oasis, they had the 10-year rule, but they had to inspect the RV before we actually got in. So you can drive all the way, and if they don't like it, you're out.
We haven't had many problems with any of the places that we've stayed, but we're a little different than a lot of travelers in that, for the most part, the first 9 months that we've been over the road, we've been staying a week at a time, moving on to the next place. We haven't been staying for a month or two at a time. So if we come across a place that doesn't meet our expectations, we just put up with it for the 3 or 4 days that we're there, and then we move on to the next place.
Right.
And so,
There's bugs.
but if we weren't full time, if this was, you know, if we were planning our family's annual vacation, I would definitely call ahead and look at the reviews of the places.
Do the satellite views, whatever you can find, because their pictures are on their websites. If they have a website, if they don't have a website, I'm going like, oh my God, what are we getting into? But anyway, if they have a website, those pictures are old pictures. They're the gorgeous, best views, whatever. Okay.
Those pictures were taken 5 minutes after the landscapers got done for the day.
Yeah, right, whatever.
Over here by the putting green, the practice putting green.
Yeah.
So, and you won't find a practice putting green at an RV park, usually. This is a resort.
Yes, it is.
So.
Okay, RV resorts are pretty premium, nice places, okay?
But don't expect them to be like a Las Vegas resort, because that's just not going to happen.
Well, the Oasis in Las Vegas is very nice. El Pueblo in Arizona.
Yeah, but you're gonna pay Vegas prices for those too, which is used to be cheap, but it's not anymore.
Right. And then I mean, there's some really nice exclusive premium parks, RV resorts. Okay. Now, just because it says resort, do your research. It's not always the case. Okay. And
look at it this way: if you saw a movie back in the 1950s and you saw an RV resort in that movie and you thought, I've always wanted to stay there, keep in mind that they may not have updated since that movie was made in the 1950s.
That's a good one.
So it may have been a really nice resort then, not so much today.
Right.
So
Right.
just stuff like that.
Yeah, and laundry facilities, stuff like that. But as far as campgrounds, I mean, it's just campground. You've got wildlife. You've got just limited. You're out there in the nature, so expect that. What I like about the resorts, if it's a real resort, everything's clean, neat, kept up, that kind of thing. If it says resort, though, do your research. Look at the reviews. Look at the satellite views, whatever, and you'll see.
And some of the resorts offer some really nice amenities that they don't even advertise. Like where we're at now, if we have trash, we just set it out in front of our RV and they pick it up every day.
Every day, till 3 o'clock. Every day. I don't care what it is.
Which is nice.
Not nothing big.
Because most parks will have a dumpster somewhere that they'll ask you to take your trash to.
And it's always full.
And it's usually in the furthest corner away from where your RV is. And you end up having to drive your car over there to haul the garbage.
Yeah, and there's mail services, delivery services, gated. Gated. That's another thing. Gated. That's big. Yeah, at night, it's gated. So, especially out in the boonies. There's one that was really cute out there with all the different colors and all
Yeah, I don't remember what that one was called though.
But they had like 30 spaces for RVers.
Happy Camper.
Yeah, Happy Campers or something. It was pretty cool. And they were huge lots.
It's like living in a cartoon. Every one of them was painted a different pastel color: blue, pink,
homes.
yellow,
Yeah,
green,
right.
orange.
Right. But they were like very clean. They had garbage cans out there for you, stuff like that. And they only had like 30 lots for RVs.
Yeah.
The rest was like 200,
They were right next to a military base, so there's a lot of military personnel stayed there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool though. They were very nice. Nice laundry, nice everything, you know, but
to kind of sum everything up, just because it says it's an RV resort doesn't necessarily mean it's what
No.
you would consider a resort.
yeah.
And just because it's an RV park doesn't necessarily mean that it's a downgrade from a resort. Some of the RV parks that we've stayed in, I've absolutely loved. So.
And they had, you know, events and stuff like that. They had a little clubhouse. You know, resorts are supposed to have all that stuff. And the little parks, oh my gosh, they were so friendly. We had breakfast. We had like bingo. We had movie night. We had, you know, all this stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And that's not a resort. Like,
Yep.
but it's not like fancy smancy with waterfalls and stuff. But I mean, it's awesome. All right, guys. Campgrounds, RV parks, resorts. You got to do research. That's all. You know, reviews, websites, Sam's, whatever. You know, check out and research before you book anything. It's important. Yeah. Why you laugh?
I just like the way you talk.
Okay. Anyway, you guys, if you like the video, do this. And subscribe if you could. Hit the little bell for notifications because we're posting like crazy. And Patreon members, guys, we're doing stuff for you exclusive. And everybody share. Thank you. Love y'all.
Have a nice day. Bye-bye.